my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. Don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rains, no sleep. Every day I work my thoughts. I don't get to take off. A hater gets off. I'm ready like lift off. I never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds.
Coach, as the calendar creeps closer to year end, the Green Bay Knights are getting colder and colder. Not quite ice fishing weather, but it sure is in Bermuda here at Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5. Team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 36, Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game, it leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
30 base.
Hey. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Ready.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And his first carry, he loses the football. And take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 27. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Mike spoke.
On second down, Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the play.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Jackson to throw again. That's complete to Slayton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Darius Slayton with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On the ground, this is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Come on, set, 50, play. Check, walk 54, walk 54. Woo! Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Greystone, travel. Shoot.
To throw on 2nd down. McCauley buying time to his left. He'll run it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
That's right. Right there, 54 miles. No getting on this defense, no getting.
From the gun on 3rd down. McCauley nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. On 4th down, McCauley. And he's going to go down again. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches, you can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me. Check.
Jackson from the shotgun. And Diggs has it. And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jackson. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Step, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyree Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I know you felt that. 90 Wolf.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
On 3rd down, McCauley forced out to his left. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Rodgers now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You better talk to your boy. You better talk to your boy. He's going to protect you.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That's how we do it, baby.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
They go play action now. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Got a man, Slayton. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A 3rd down gain of 19. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Jackson on 1st down. It's complete to Diggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
It's our time.
Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Rashawn Gary, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got the hook up with Conley. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Darius Slayton, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The big play to start them out has them at the 45 already. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. McCollum steps away to his left. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Come on, AC Gator. No chance.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
To throw is Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
26 Mike. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
From the gun, Jackson feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's 2nd down and goal.
Switch. Hey, alert 3. Hey, watch edge. Same one. Go. Motion, I got one.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Darius Slayton, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. This quarterback now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he coughed it up. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This time Jackson will throw it. Caught here by Conley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On 3rd and 2, Jackson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All day, baby, all day. Watch the eye. Deuce, deuce. Go, go.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's complete right around the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them
fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. They run it again with Williams. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Offense back out now for 1st and goal after the successful fake.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
They'll run with Cook. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of... And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, He's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the formal deep. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at about the 31. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Kill, 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 kill.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Zadarius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After the sack on first down, Jackson, and he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lot? And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Vic Beasley, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. 2nd and 15. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Looking to throw. McCollum, now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On now is the Packers punter. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Now Jackson back into his end zone. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.